Welcome to The Advocate, a program that thrashes out all the topical issues of the day.
When you are in government, you don't see nothing wrong with whatever is happening. The moment you are out there, everything is wrong.
You can't even see many women now, and when they're there, they're not even really making a mark, and then they have an NYSC problem and this and that.
One of the reasons why we don't have more women in politics in Nigeria is for as long as political meetings continue to take place in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Really disastrous for a president
to even say
be unaware of the chief
It's
justice.
a ploy. It could be a strategy.
That strategy was
Backfired.
terrible strategy. Because the buck stops at your table.
Whether it's that we don't look after our cities, and quite frankly, Nigeria is becoming a very ugly place.
When you are the only one feeding the people with this news and there is nobody countering them, it becomes, the news.
Hello, it's a new week in a new month, so we have a whole new debate for you. Welcome to The Advocate. Today, Liberus wants to inspire us to live above the limitations of our circumstances. Ekene would have us believe that the foundation of our nation's success lies in the hands of the PTA. I'm not so sure. Uche addresses the hijacking of a different success story, whilst Chuka says it succinctly, let's end this entitlement nonsense now. I'm first in the line today, and I simply want to say it's time we put Lagos first. On my weekly radio show, where we talk all things Lagos, I have a rule. We don't talk about traffic. It's already a given. There's no doubt, absolutely no argument, that we need a better, more efficient and effective public transport system. We moan about our congested roads like the cars invade us from out of space. As with most metropolises in the world, Lagos is synonymous with overcrowding, vibrant economy and expanding business landscape. Therefore, paralytic congestion. The loudest of the complaints come from car drivers, especially the middle class, who put 2, maybe 3 cars on the road from one household every morning. Believe it or not, some of these journeys are just short hops. Don't get me wrong, I'm in no way chastising people for enjoying the rewards of their hard work, not at all. But I do think it's time to stop lamenting and start doing. We know the odd and even numbers policy of the 80s failed woefully. We also know the effects of perpetual traffic on our health, economy, and the society at large. I think it's time to take stock and take responsibility for how we, the citizens, also contribute to this menace in our society. So let's talk solutions. Pedestrianized commercial and business districts, introduction of congestion charge, stricter planning laws for CBDs and harsh penalties for those who break them, more utilization of current public transport options. My personal favorite is the NAPEPs. As annoying as they are when I'm driving, I totally love them as a passenger. You should try them one day. And finally, all primary and secondary schools should be mandated to provide school buses. These options that I list are not exhaustive, but do form part of the holistic approach, which I believe are urgent requirements to quash this epidemic. Their success and implementation will require the partnership of business, government, and citizens. This time, think not so much what Lagos can do for you, but what we as individuals are willing to sacrifice for the Lagos we proclaim to love and own.
Yeah.
Well, I think, I don't know if the citizens are going to be part of the solution in the way you put it at the end. I think the government and business are the 2 main people that will have to drive the solution.
I thought of that.
Because the planners, urban planners, they're very important. We really have to replan Lagos. So while we talk about the transport systems and what others, the transport system, so water, land, cars and rail, we need to replan areas completely where teams are given sections of Lagos to replan. So we know where to pedestrianize, where to turn into one way, what to turn even into green space. And when we are done, we then begin to think
lanes for Okadas and NAPEPs.
And lanes for, exactly. So it's actually that simple. It's that simple, and we have the money.
I agree.
We have the people to do it, but we are not serious
willingness.
about
The
doing it.
willpower,
Yes,
The willingness.
yes. When we break it up, Ikeja, this group, a consortium, Ikoyi consortium. Lekki is very big, so we shouldn't say Lekki as if it's one place. It's many places, so we have to be particular. You will find that this town can be reorganized.
Yes,
But then
I
won't
agree.
it come down to the money factor? Because it's
But
usually
the money is
We can
there.
afford it. The
I
money
think the
is
money is there.
Yes.
The reason I'm
To redesign,
Yes.
the money is there.
Oh, really?
To implement, let's do the design first.
The amount of money that Lagos collects in tax. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you already talked about car owners putting 3 cars, 2 cars on the road. I don't want to put 3 cars on the road,
Yeah.
but I'm compelled
to, yes.
put 3 cars
Yes.
on the road
Yes. Yes.
because I am here. I can't be in my children's
Very
school
true.
Correct.
at the
Very
same
true.
time.
because of the
And
traffic.
your children
Because
have no public transport
They have no
safe
public
There's no-
that they can jump into.
no
And there's no
safe
school
public
bus that will come and pick
Exactly,
them up.
and this is where I wanted to come in about the safety. Until we make public transport safe,
Even safer.
then nobody is going to want to use them. But what I noticed today, sorry, as I was coming in, I was actually interested. It was Okadas. But they're not your normal Okadas.
The go-karters.
They,
With the
yeah,
green
I
helmets.
looked at it and I thought,
Go-karters.
I'm impressed with
they
them.
have their
Yes, they're
helmets,
good.
Yeah,
they
very
have
organized.
everything. And I thought, this is what
And they
we
have an
need.
app as well.
And we need the
Yes.
same.
Yes.
And we need the same thing. For
We have the
the-
same for NAPEP, actually.
Yeah, we do.
Somebody has
But we
started-
now
Yeah,
need
there's
to, we
an app
need
for
to
them as well.
remove
Yeah.
the ones that are not, driving safely and all of that, and then fill the roads with the safe modes of
yes.
transportation.
Uche,
I think then most
like
people, because I
Chuka
want to use
said-
keke.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
Chuka said, once you shape up, those that can't shape up will naturally shape
Shape
out.
out.
Because
Yes.
people will
Yes.
vote with their
Yes.
feet.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so, once you first and foremost have the planning, the design,
Yeah.
and then you start implementation, it's like you create these Lamata clean buses on a route, and it is safe and affordable. No matter how
AC.
attractive
They must
the
have
Molue
AC.
is,
You won't
nobody would want to go there. But when the buses are either too expensive or they're as bad as the Molue, and you look at the alternative like they're almost the same thing. And so that's why I believe, like Chuka has said, it's that simple.
It is that
All
simple
we
and
need is
doable
the willpower.
to do it.
Nigerians, like we always say, Nigerians are not. We are not as lawless as people
make us
Oh, we
out.
totally are not. When we go to another country, we behave ourselves.
because in those places the rules apply.
Yeah.
Irrespective
You can't
of
bribe
your
your way out
status.
of it.
But here we apply the rules more in breach because we allow certain persons to
That's
be
the word,
above the
more
law.
in breach.
But then
We
actually,
actually
I
want
was going to
those
say that
rules to be
in a way,
broken
even
in
though I
many
started off
ways.
thinking like Chuka, where I said, well, a lot of these solutions will have to come from the government. And
Yes,
but then
I
from
agree
the
with
other
you.
perspective, when you talk about the go-karters and you talk of the NAPEPs, there's a movement where people have by themselves gone and set up apps, gone and set up. There's a guy who is doing a NAPEP, like a kind of
Yes.
limousine.
Yeah.
And so those people will drive up the competition. They will make other people sit up and say, and that's usually how things work
That's
in
the
Nigeria.
entrepreneurial
That is-
spirit
Yeah.
that we have.
So
in
the entrepreneurs in us.
Creative.
Also,
But then the other
driving
ones
that
will still
process,
remain.
government.
Yeah.
No, but they will be pushed out, like he said, because
But
the
they need
competition.
government. Yeah, they need
that
government.
means legislation.
the government,
Yeah,
Bring them
legislation,
out.
policy,
the government
standard,
also
implementation.
needs to ensure that their regulations are perfect.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Proper.
They won't just
Otherwise-
go out on-
Otherwise, just like what's happening recently with Lagos and the taxes, what do you call it, taxify,
Yes.
Uber and the rest.
Yeah.
And this tax issue, because if care is not taken, if it's not properly handled, also that also can kill such beautiful ideas. So government needs to there needs to be a collaboration.
I
synergy.
totally
But please, no
Yeah.
congestion charge.
Oh, you don't
Yeah, yes, I was thinking of that.
We
I don't want it. No, I don't
was thinking
want
of
it
that.
because
No,
I think
no,
the citizens have
Now,
suffered
it doesn't
enough.
have to be immediately, but we
No, please, let's not even put it out there because trust
when
me,
you
when it is
sorted out public
organized,
transport,
When it is organized, when there is affordable,
Yes.
reliable,
I agree.
and safety
Then we
means
can
of
start
transport,
doing
then
congestion
you can do all of that.
Absolutely.
But when you
When
are
you're
not
not
providing
providing the
anything,
alternative.
you still want me to suffer
they
for
will-
your
and they
inefficiency.
will do
Yes,
that
yes,
once you
yes.
give them the idea.
Yes. So you see, on this show, we don't just debate, we come up with practical solutions, and it's for you to take away. Anyway, after the break, Liberos shows us how to make lemonades with lemons. Back soon.